Linda,
There we go.
is it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Red light on?
Yeah, I can never hear it beep. There's always somebody talking. And a duck. Hey, when you're.
Get those behind you. There you go.
How'd that get on me?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yep, go ahead. Alright, guys.
Yeah, she had me hooked.
Sounds fun, not so fun to drag.
Come on.
White branch pine tree over here. Sugar pine, one of my favorite trees. Aesthetically to the eye, it's gorgeous tree. Told you guys lots of crystals.
That is cool.
As the sugar pines get older, they look like this. They still have the white branches. Their larger branches will get darker, and so will the main trunk. But what's kind of cool about it is look down. Check out the webbing of white branches coming off the trees. It's a really
That's-
cool visual. You don't know.
It's all new stuff.
Pine trees. There's a white pine family, and they happen to fall in the white pine family. The other type of white pine we have up here, you look over there and you see that fuzzy branch pine tree that looks like your Christmas tree. See how it has white branches as well? It's a white fir. The other type of white pine that we have. And so those are closely related to the Douglas firs and the native firs. Check out this. You can see some of the sap. It looks a little more shiny and stickier than most sap. That's because it actually has sugar in that sap. And it is edible. You just don't want to have too much of it, or it seconds as a laxative. But if you feel like tasting it, it does taste sweet. I've heard some people actually like the taste. I'd go for the drier parts though.
Sugar pine.
Well, have you guys ever heard of John Muir?
Mm-hmm.
John Muir
Hiked his
used to
trail.
use sugar pine sap to sweeten his coffee in the morning.
Yeah, that's what our Explorer post actually did, was take a
If I can
second.
eat termites, I can eat sap.
Almost everything on a pine tree is edible. Now, everyone knows about the pine nuts, obviously. Anything on any pine tree is edible. The sap on a sugar pine is edible. So just look for those white branches. Huh? There's a hawk over there. Oh, sweet. Look at the hawk, guys.
Oh, I can't see.
Right there, down below her.
You see the hawk?
Yep, I sure do.
He's Aladdin right now, and you didn't see the hawk. Aren't you glad he's not singing Disney songs to you guys?
Does he take requests?
I keep telling him, don't quit your day job. And it's still here, Kuna Matata every day. Are you whistling at him? Something that might help with that sappy taste is chewing a pine needle. Full of vitamin C. There's a nice little flavor for it. I'll try that out there.
Mmm.
There you go. Bitter from that citric acid because it has vitamin C in it. Now you'll actually really get a tangerine flavor from the white firs, the one that looks like your Christmas tree. They literally taste like tangerine.
Huh.
Step on out, but every species of pine tree, the needles are edible and have a content of vitamin C to them. Only the sugar pine sap is edible. But then that Cambion layer, you guys all watch Hunger Games? Remember when Katniss peels back the bark, the Cambion layer? So that soft woody layer on a pine tree, right beneath the bark, very light color, that's actually edible. It could possibly expose it, but if you're ever in that life or death situation, I would check it out exactly. And the tree may still survive from it, so you just take some of the Cambion layer as long as you're not doing it all the way around in that area.
kill a tree. I got one in my yard.
You guys see that lime green tree down there? It's next to the pale green tree that white fir I was talking about. So that lime green tree is actually my favorite up here besides the sugar pine. That's an incense cedar. Now they're naturally bug resistant. That's why I love them so much, because if you're ever getting mauled by mosquitoes or bugs while you're hiking, go underneath a cedar and they won't bother you.
Huh.
They're also rot resistant, so they make number 2 pencils out of them.
I'll be darned. That is cool.
They're just one of those trees that I keep finding out more and more information about how useful they are. You can really see the white branches on some of these white firs.
Yeah, that's really nice.
They sort of glow. They've got those beautiful soft, fuzzy branches that most people want on their Christmas tree. Like I said, it is related to that Douglas fir and the noble fir. I actually think that the white fir would make a better Christmas tree because of those white branches. Gives it a more snowy wintertime feel. Sometimes you'll be able to see them for sale. They'll either call them white firs or silver firs around Christmas. You guys see the odd colored clumps in the white fir?
Yeah.
It is a parasite. Yes? Elizabeth's exactly right on with that. You should send her a blood-sucking parasite at Christmas time. That is what we do. But a lot of people get sad about the mistletoe and say, well, why didn't you go try to help that tree? It's actually not a bad thing for a few of these trees to die off that way. It reduces the fire load. So you see how that ponderosa over there, how at a certain point it doesn't have low-lying branches? That makes it more fire resistant, because it's all that greenery is what catches in a fire. Do you see how the white firs can act like a ladder bringing up the fire to those taller trees? So it's a good thing that the mistletoe is actually killing some of these trees off.
Wow.
I told that to an arborist the other day, and he's like, I've never thought of a good reason for mistletoe until today. There you go. Your zipline guide told you some of your job.
That's all we put in. That's fine.
That's
They
a
go well.
Exactly. Help. I like how you said that, John. Have you guys seen the Geico commercial with zipline?
No.
No?
Acting like you're scared.
You're going to have to Google it now. But Geico came out last November and filmed a commercial
Whoa!
on this next line. Great. Well, the computer added
What?
in there. Well, they couldn't use the Geico, or they couldn't use the deck, they couldn't make the weight requirement. But no, they just had a camera that they attached, and they ran
This
it
is
down
the one that
multiple
they did the
times in
Geico
line.
thing
Oh,
on.
the
And then
pig.
Put
Yeah.
the computer put in the guy and the pig. But now, after you guys do this, go home and Google it, and you'll recognize the canyon, some of the trees that it passes, and you'll be like, I was
How long
there.
is this line?
It's a 1/4 mile long, about 1,500 feet.
And how fast do you go on this one?
Pretty fast, too, you know? But it has a massive uphill.
Right.
So you need all this speed. In fact, this is the one that if something happens, it's normally people coming up short because it is so long. There's wind resistance, so that cannonball is particularly important on this next one. Shouldn't be too bad though today.
Is it better to lean back?
Always
As far
better.
back as I can and
Yes.
bring my knees up.
And because you have these handlebars, you can actually tuck better than Taylor and I can. You get that full extension leaning back. Don't, if you have your arms bent, you're pulling yourself forward. But if you
Right, that's when I slowed
extend
it.
these
Slow
arms back, so you can lift up those legs. You guys are doing good.